harrowing ordeal of a 29-year-old woman who was mistakenly guided by a bellboy to an under-construction lower-peril building's elevator and ended up getting stuck on the 39th floor. Illustration, Udemo height. If you thought getting stuck in a high-rise where no one could hear your screams was your worst nightmare, a la Rajkumar Rao in the 2016 film, Trapped, communications manager Shona Diaz Daniel, 29, has already lived it. On Tuesday night, Daniel was stranded on the under-construction 39th floor of the World 1 building in lower peril for close to an hour, after she lost her way to a friend's home. Speaking to Midday about the experience, Daniel said, "Around 9 p.m. on Tuesday, I was going to visit my friend at her home on the 39th floor. My Ola driver dropped me off as the World 1 building location. I'd been here before and the lobby was exactly as I'd remembered it, well furnished and swanky. A suited bellboy led me to the lift behind the reception. Around 9:30 p.m., I got into the lift and wondered what would happen if I got stuck here. Shona Daniel, wrong floor, wrong building. Daniel would soon find out if that was wishful thinking or a premonition. When I stepped out of the lift, I realized I was not only on the wrong floor, but also in the wrong building. There were two flats in front of me, the doors of which were locked and covered with plastic, with walls on either side. I turned around to take the lift, but it had already shut. There was no way to call it back, as the space where there should have been buttons, there were only two holes. When I turned back, I saw the walls, the doors and no emergency exits. She had to get out somehow. I began shouting and banging the lift doors with my hands and my umbrella. 10 minutes into that, I knew it was a lost battle. I started crying. Thank God, I had some water with me. I had two phones, too, but none of them had any network. I even tried yelling into the holes of the lift buttons, hoping someone, somewhere would hear me. But to no avail. Hearing footsteps, around 40 minutes later, I gave up and sat on the floor. Then, I heard footsteps from behind one of the walls adjacent to the lift. I started banging the wall and shouting, and a building worker, who was on his way downstairs, heard me. What I saw as a wall, was in fact a door on his side, with a knob. He was talking to me, assuring me that he'd get help. I asked him to not leave me alone, so he sent two other workers to get help from below. In the meantime, he started working on unlocking the door from his side, and opened it, said Daniel, adding, "However, my weight was also laced with apprehension. What if this man did something to me? I'd found a stick and was prepared to strike if I had to." Fortunately, he turned out to be a very nice man, who then led me to the other side of the building, and into another lift. I finally came down around 10:18 p.m., she further said. By this time, a crowd, which included security guards, had gathered at the reception. Livid, I asked the bellboy why he even allowed me to go up. He said he thought I wanted to go to the 8th floor, which was occupied. Then, I called my friends to come and take me to their home. I was covered in dust and had hurt my arm really badly, thanks to the banging. Where are the signs? On Wednesday, Daniel got a call from the manager of the building where her friend resides. He apologized, but said that I'd entered the wrong building because I was supposed to go to Lodocrest and not World 1. But where are the buildings demarcated? I asked him. Even on Google Maps, the location leads one to World 1. If there were already people living there on the 8th floor, why were no security guards or liftmen stationed at the premises? He promised me that he has already stationed guards in all lifts. But my friend checked today, and it hasn't been done yet. In fact, even the occupied buildings don't have lift guards at most times. She is planning on taking action against the Lodha group, which has constructed the buildings. I will be sending them a legal notice. I don't want any compensation, neither do I want to sue them. I just want to know what measures they have in place to ensure this doesn't happen to anyone again. If they don't respond, I'll think of what steps to take further. Lodha says. When Midday reached out to the Lodha group for comment, a spokesperson said, the individual in question does not reside at the development and was a visitor. It appears she wanted to go to one tower, did not follow the signage, and instead went up into another tower which is not yet occupied. We regret the inconvenience caused to her. Also read, 22 Mumbai buildings auditioned for key role in Rajkumar Rao's Trapped. Catch up on all the latest Mumbai news, crime news, current affairs, and also a complete guide on Mumbai from food to things to do and events across the city here. Also download the new Midday Android and iOS apps to get latest updates.